Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Welcome back, guys. The Knicks have been trade talks with teams about Jericho Sims. We're going to chat a little bit about what the Knicks' defensive issues they've been going through lately. And we're also going to be talking about maybe bringing back a Knicks player that the Knicks used to have or might be involved in that Jericho Sims. And also what Mitchell Robinson means to the team. But guys, before we get started, I've gotten a lot of support from everyone. A like and subscribe really helps the channel go a long way. It really helps the Knicks channel grow. And I'm very thankful for having you guys just watching, taking the time and listening to my chat about the Knicks. But let's get started, guys. The talks about Jericho Sims being traded for a second round player might be the solution for the Knicks, what they want to do. You know, this front office likes to stack up picks, so a second round pick might be what they can get for Jericho Sims, a guy that, you know, third string center. You know, obviously I believe he's a great player, but has not gotten the exposure to be able to develop. I know we got Ariel Hukporti, which is a great addition, but you know, that's probably something in the long-term run for the Knicks of Ariel Hukporti developing. But the Knicks are trying to, you know, shop around Jericho Sims, and you know, I feel good about this. I think if they can get a second round pick, I think it means a lot. I mean, Jericho Sims doesn't have a lot of value out there, but you know, if you can get a second round pick, and I'm pretty sure the Leon Rose can probably put something together where he can get something back and can help for adding additional players in a trade. I mean, he's only been averaging 11.2 minutes per game this season. You know, 1.7 points and 3.6 rebounds. I mean, he has limited time, you know, so he's an expandable asset for the Knicks just to give away. So, I mean, one of the things they could do, and I've been thinking about this, you know, I think the Knicks need a little bit of a spark in them. They need a little bit of that, another player just to kind of back off Jalen Brunson. And that could be bringing Dante DiVincenzo back. I mean, I know that I think the Knicks just need another scoring player that can take over. They can take the attention off Jalen Brunson and allow the team to be more versatile. And I know that Dante DiVincenzo can kind of be that, a little bit similar to Josh Hart, not the rebounding player that Josh Hart is, but maybe bringing that versatile, because Dante DiVincenzo is lacking motivation. I know you guys been hearing about this a few weeks back, but I feel like the Knicks are probably trying to put something, maybe to bring back Dante DiVincenzo. Maybe they need that excitement. Maybe if Mikal Bridges is having a hard time, why not add in there Dante DiVincenzo, or maybe swap out Jalen Brunson, or bring in a duo of Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns, Josh Hart, and maybe Mitchell Robinson if he's still with the Knicks. I think, you know, we can know how versatile he is. Dante plays a player that can play multiple positions. You know, he's a shooting guard and a small forward. He has the ability to contribute on both ends of the court. You know, he's a three-point shooter. You know, last season he scored about 30 plus points a couple of games. You know, so he likes to definitely shoot the ball. So, I mean, he's shooting around 38% closely. So he's a threat behind the arc. So you putting maybe Mikal Bridges having an off night, why not add Dante DiVincenzo just to allow, or have OG and maybe have Dante DiVincenzo and Mikal Bridges combination of that. I mean, I think the Knicks need to kind of be more dynamic in the lineup, and I think I've been using that word lately a lot in order for them to improve. But I mean, he's also a solid defender. You know, he can make teams uncomfortable. I mean, you know how aggressive he can be when he's defending players. He gets up on them. He's very physical. His hands, you know, his active feet, he's always moving around. And I think the Knicks need that. They need that player that can be on the defensive side, just moving around, just playing, just being active, making the teams uncomfortable. And you know, I could remember times when, you know, Dante DiVincenzo would just, you know, with his quick hands, a couple of steals, disrupt, maybe Khalid for OG to be more active in the defensive side. Maybe then, you know, allow also to open up for Jalen Brunson to breathe a little bit as well. So I mean, and Dante DiVincenzo is like a veteran player. He has a lot of experience, so I think and the motivation that the Knicks need, something like that, adding a player like Dante DiVincenzo will go a long way, guys. So I'm really looking forward to. I know they might add a defensive player. Maybe I've been thinking about Walker Kessler, but I don't think that's going to probably happen. If they shop around Mitchell Robinson, and we also got to understand Mitchell Robinson might come back, but what happens if, and I don't want to think about injuries, but we know that this is always in the back of our minds. Mitchell Robinson is a player that has injury prone, great player when he's on the court, but if you can't really, stay healthy, then why do we need you? Why? And I think the Knicks have that in mind. The front office understands that it can easily end for the Knicks for Mitchell Robinson, if he goes out in there and gets hurt, he not even be in the playoffs. So hopefully we need Mitchell Robinson to be healthy. This is a great time for him to come back mid-season and really then take off, get used to this team, because it's time for Mitchell Robinson to start being involved if he's going to be a part of this team, or anyone, to start getting involved and that comes to this team. This is a great time to add a new player. So I think the Knicks are trying to make move right before the All-Star break. Get yourself a guy that can probably come join this team and build towards what they've already done at the beginning of the season, and then take that over to the playoffs. So if they want to bring Mitchell Robinson in, be like a little Rudy Gobert. I mean, I know that, Cat is a great center. He's an offensive center. He's not the defensive center that we all might think, like a Walker Kessler, the center from the Houston Rockets. So, I mean, he's not maybe a Bam, but, he's still disruptive out there. Cat can really make teams uncomfortable, but not to the level that Mitchell Robinson could, with rebounding, blocking balls. So adding Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns, that'll be something good to watch to help this defensive team. So they really have to step it up on defensively. So if they do that, I think we can definitely improve our winnings and in the winning columns. But, I also wanted to mention, the Knicks have a lot of potential if they give this team an opportunity with allowing Karl-Anthony Towns take breaks. Jalen Brunson, I keep stressing the fact that the bench is not involved as often. So, but it's something that the Knicks will have to understand. Tibbs is doing what he can do. I think sometimes I could say that Tibbs might sometimes be the reason, but he's not. He's a good coach. He's a great coach. I know there's been talk about him being fired. I think it's not time right now. We're in the playoffs, guys. We can't really start thinking that he's gonna get fired. I mean, if it gets to a point where the Knicks are just, I think next season we still get to the playoff and we still get eliminated. I think that the end of the road for Tibbs is coming if that's the case. But at this point, I don't think we really need to, unless everything just turns around and we just flunk the season and we don't even make the playoffs. And I might consider then Tibbs might need to get fired. But at this point, it's not a no-brainer. I think the issues right now is defensive. The team needs to just play better defense. They need to be more consistent on the floor. It looks like they look like sluggish when the concentration just focused. People just be shooting from the arc, easy threes, no they not contesting those threes. The communication level sometimes lacks. The defending pick and rolls. Sometimes it just breaks down the Knicks mismatches, these wins that we don't have, the like OG, Mikal Bridges, the guys that we signed for $240 million, we gave away picks, they're not performing to what we thought they were going to be. So I think the Knicks just need to start really hammering in on defense, defending the perimeter. Malik Beasley last night was just lights out for us. How you allow that to happen? I think Knicks need to improve these areas in order for us to start winning games, because if you can't play defense, you can't even win a championship. You might not even get far in the playoffs if you can't, defend these teams. So look what the Detroit Pistons came in here and they did. And I think if they would have had that defensive mind, if they would have been a defensive lockdown team, the Knicks would have probably taken this team. I think they will recover on Wednesday against the Philadelphia 76ers. I think that we'll get a win out there. Fresher legs. I don't want to make an excuse that, they were tired, back-to-back game. You have to win those games. Those are winnable games, and tiredness is not an excuse, but could be a factor in why you lose. But the biggest factor is that you're not playing defense. You're not playing defense, and if you can't keep up, you're just going to end up losing. So, but guys, I'm very thankful for you guys watching. I'll catch you guys tomorrow and see what probably happens after the game or before the game. But I want to thank you guys for watching the Knicks Report. Peace out.